Hashtag when the battle chooses you, fighting through life's toughest seasons. Hashtag the unexpected battle. What do you do when your battle chooses you? Think about that for a moment. What do you do when something shows up on your doorstep that you did not directly cause, did not choose, and definitely did not anticipate? What do you do when life throws you a curveball you never saw coming? Maybe it's a diagnosis that changes everything in an instant. Maybe it's a phone call in the middle of the night that shatters your world. Maybe it's a betrayal from someone you trusted with your whole heart. Maybe it's a financial catastrophe that wipes out everything you've worked for. Maybe it's a loss so profound that you don't even know how to begin processing it. What do you do when the battle comes looking for you? Hashtag the reality of hard seasons. Life is not always easy. In fact, some of you today, you're here, you're listening, and you're going through the toughest season of your life. I see you. I know you're struggling. I know you're barely holding it together. I know you're wondering if you can make it through another day, another hour, another moment. And I want you to know something, that's okay. It's okay to acknowledge that you're in a hard place. It's okay to admit that you're hurting. It's okay to say, this is difficult and I'm struggling. There will be seasons where we will suffer. There will be seasons of real pain, pain that cuts so deep you feel it in your bones, pain that keeps you up at night, pain that makes you question everything you thought you knew about yourself, about others, about life itself. And the question is, how will you respond in those moments? When the storm hits, when the ground beneath you starts shaking, when everything you thought was solid starts to crumble, how will you respond? Hashtag the fight for your life. Life is hard sometimes. Let me be clear about something. Easy is not an option. If you're waiting for life to get easy, you're going to be waiting forever. If you're waiting for the perfect moment when everything aligns and there are no obstacles, you'll never start. If you're waiting for permission to fight back, consider this your permission. But here's what I know. It's worth fighting for. This life, your dreams, your future, your family, your purpose, it's worth believing in. It's worth giving yourself a chance. It's worth mustering yourself up, standing up inside yourself, even when your legs are shaking and you can barely stand. It's worth fighting relentlessly, never giving up, never surrendering, never waving that white flag, even when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to quit. It's worth it. You can do it. I don't care what the doctors said. I don't care what the statistics say. I don't care what the experts predict. I don't care what your haters whispered behind your back. I don't care what your circumstances look like right now. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Hashtag the battles we face. There are problems that we go through that cause stress, real stress that makes your chest tight and your heart race. Worry that keeps you up at 3 a.m. staring at the ceiling. Anxiety that makes it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to function. Fear that paralyzes you, that holds you hostage, that whispers lies in your ear about all the ways things could go wrong. But listen to me. You might be in the battle of your life right now. You might be facing the biggest challenge you've ever encountered. You might be up against something that seems impossible, insurmountable, unbeatable. And I want to encourage you with this truth. It's not about what's happening around you. It's always about what's happening inside of you. The external circumstances don't determine your outcome. The economy doesn't determine your outcome. The diagnosis doesn't determine your outcome. The divorce papers don't determine your outcome. The bankruptcy doesn't determine your outcome. What's happening on the inside, your mindset, your determination, your refusal to quit, your decision to keep fighting, that's what determines your outcome. Hashtag feelings versus reality. Just because you feel afraid doesn't mean you have to be afraid. Read that again. Your feelings are real, but they don't have to dictate your actions. You can feel fear and still move forward. You can feel fear and still take the next step. You can feel fear and still show up. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. You can acknowledge the feeling without letting it define you. You can say, yes, I feel discouraged right now, but I'm not going to let that feeling stop me. Just because you have fear doesn't mean fear has to have you. There's a difference between experiencing fear and being controlled by fear. Fear might knock on your door, but you don't have to invite it in for dinner. You don't have to give it a seat at your table. You don't have to let it make decisions for you. Hashtag the power of your words. The sentence out of your mouth is a story that you are putting out into the universe. Every word you speak is a declaration, a prophecy, a prediction about your future. And you have to be careful about what you're declaring. I'm not going to make it. I quit. Let's get a divorce. The business is never coming back. We've lost too many people. I've made too many mistakes. I'm a failure. Nobody can help me. I've done too many bad things. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too broken. I'm too far gone. I don't know what's coming out of your mouth. But if it sounds like what I just listed, then you're speaking a death sentence over your life. And as you continue to confess it, as you continue to declare it, as you continue to repeat it day after day, week after week, month after month, well, don't be surprised when it becomes true in your life. Words have power. Your tongue has the power of life and death. What you speak, you create. What you confess, you possess. What you declare, you attract. Hashtag speaking life sentences. We have to make sure that whenever I feel a death sentence, whenever I think a death sentence, I must speak a life sentence. Oh, I'm feeling the sentence of death. I'm feeling the thoughts of anxiety. I'm feeling the thoughts that I'm done. I feel like I've been used and it hurts and it's difficult. But when that happens, I start speaking out a life sentence. No, I'm just going to keep showing up. No, I'm going to get back up. The righteous man falls 7 times, but he gets back up. This is not over. I'm not done yet. I've got more fight in me. I've survived 100% of my worst days. I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I'm still in the game. Never give up. Never give in. Because skill can't get you past certain things. Talent can't get you past certain things. Quickness and agility can't get you past certain things. But mental toughness, that will carry you through hell and back. Hashtag the temporary nature of pain. Pain ain't permanent. Say it with me. Pain ain't permanent. Your pain ain't permanent. This feeling you're feeling right now, this crushing weight, this unbearable burden, this overwhelming darkness, it's not permanent. You can get through this. You're bigger than your pain. You're better than that. Come on, dig deep. I need you to dig deeper than you've ever dug before. Hashtag you've been here before. You need to remember something crucial. This is not the first time you cried. You've cried before and you survived. You made it through those tears. This is not the first time you were short of breath, gasping for air, feeling like you were drowning. You made it through that too. This is not the first time you didn't see a way clear. You've been in dark tunnels before and you found your way out. You've been lost before and you found your way home. This is not the first time you were hurt. You've been wounded before and those wounds healed. You've been knocked down before and you got back up. This is not the first time your heart was broken. You've had your heart shattered into a million pieces before, and somehow, some way, those pieces came back together. Maybe not the same way, maybe with some scars, but you healed. This is not the first time you didn't have enough money. You've been broke before. You've wondered how you were going to pay the bills before. You've had to choose between necessities before, and you made it through. You figured it out. You survived. This is not the first diagnosis that came up from behind and blindsided you. You've faced medical challenges before. You've received bad news before, and you're still here. You're a survivor. You're a warrior. You're a fighter. And you've got the track record to prove it. Hashtag the declaration of survival. I'm going to live to tell the story. Not maybe, not hopefully, not if everything works out. I am going to live to tell the story. This too shall pass. Those aren't just words on a greeting card. That's truth. That's reality. That's a promise. Whatever you're going through right now, it will pass. The storm will end. The sun will shine again. I will remain. When the dust settles, when the smoke clears, when the battle is over, I will still be standing. Battered maybe, bruised probably, scarred definitely, but standing. Still here, still fighting, still breathing. Hashtag the blessing and the burden. I'm not going to quit. That's not even an option on the table. Quitting is not in my vocabulary. Surrender is not in my DNA. Every one of my burdens, there's a blessing on the inside of it. Every single challenge you're facing has a gift hidden within it. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. But here's the catch. If you don't quit, you will win, baby. If you quit, you'll never know what was on the other side. You'll never discover the blessing that was buried in that burden. You'll never see the victory that was waiting just around the corner. Hashtag getting up and showing up. You're going to work through this. Not around it, but through it. The only way out is through. You're going to get up. Even when your body is tired, and your mind is weary, and your spirit is heavy, you're going to get up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to put on those clothes like you're putting on armor. You're going to prepare for battle. You're going to get out. You're going to leave that house. You're going to face the world. And you're going to do what you've been called to do. You're going to fulfill your purpose. You're going to walk in your destiny. You're going to be what you were meant to be. Hashtag proving them wrong, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone except maybe yourself. But you know what? You're going to prove that everybody that tried to break you couldn't break you. Everybody trying to stop you, they're going to fail. Everybody that tried to kill your dream, that dream is still alive, still breathing, still possible. You go and prove all of them wrong. Every doubter, every hater, every person who said you couldn't, every person who said you wouldn't, every person who said you shouldn't, you're going to prove them all wrong. Not with your words, but with your life. Not with your promises, but with your results. Not with your excuses, but with your execution. Hashtag the power of just showing up. Just keep coming back. That's it. That's the secret. Just keep coming back. If you got nothing left to give, just show back up. You don't have to be at 100%. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just show up at 40%. Just show up at 20%. Just show up. Half a life, man, is just showing up. You know how many people win simply because they didn't quit? You know how many people succeed simply because they kept going when everyone else stopped? Showing up is a superpower. Consistency is a superpower. Refusing to quit is a superpower. Hashtag the promise on the other side, and I'm telling you right now, don't give up. I'm not suggesting it. I'm not requesting it. I'm telling you, don't give up. Don't give in. Get through it. Not around it, not over it, not under it, through it. And if you can get through, if you can work through your pain, if you can push through your adversity, if you can fight through your fear, I'm guaranteeing you on the other side is a reward. On the other side is breakthrough. On the other side is victory. On the other side is testimony. On the other side is strength you didn't know you had. On the other side is wisdom you couldn't have gained any other way. On the other side is a version of you that's more resilient, more powerful, more unstoppable than you've ever been before. Hashtag the truth about pain. Pain is not permanent. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Pain is not permanent. Pain is temporary. It has an expiration date. It has a shelf life. It won't last forever. But you know what is permanent? The character you build while going through the pain. The strength you develop while enduring the pain. The testimony you create by surviving the pain. The pain is temporary, but the lessons are permanent. The pain is temporary, but the growth is permanent. The pain is temporary, but the person you become is permanent. Hashtag the final call. So what are you going to do when your battle chooses you? Are you going to run? Are you going to hide? Are you going to quit? Or are you going to stand up? Are you going to fight back? Are you going to declare war on your circumstances? Are you going to let your feelings control you? Or are you going to control your feelings? Are you going to speak death sentences? Or are you going to speak life sentences? Are you going to give up? Or are you going to get up? The choice is yours. Nobody can make it for you. Your mama can't make it for you. Your spouse can't make it for you. Your therapist can't make it for you. Your pastor can't make it for you. You have to decide. You have to choose. You have to fight. Hashtag you are the one you. You're the one who has to do this. You're the one who has to make the decision. You're the one who has to take the step. You're the one who has to speak to the word. You're the one who has to believe. You're stronger than you think. You're tougher than you realize. You're more than you know. You've got more fight in you than you've ever tapped into. And today is the day you tap into it. Today is the day you stop settling. Today is the day you stop accepting defeat. Today is the day you stop speaking death. Today is the day you start fighting back. Today is the day you rise. Because this is your life. This is your battle. This is your story. And you get to decide how it ends. Will you quit or will you fight? Will you surrender or will you stand? Will you give up or will you get up? The battle has chosen you. Now it's time for you to choose how you're going to respond. Choose to fight, choose to stand, choose to speak life, choose to keep going, choose to win, because you can do it. You've got everything you need inside of you right now. You don't need anything else. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You just need to decide. So decide right now. Decide that you're not giving up. Decide that you're getting back up. Decide that your pain is temporary. Decide that your victory is inevitable. Decide that you're worth fighting for, because you are. Now get up and prove it.